Alright, everybody out there in the Craft Chest Nation, as I, Craft Chest, here with a how-to video. And what this is all about is a 2PC stream setup. And I know the first person that pops in my mind that's going to love this, actually a couple of people, is going to be Rampage and Shawnee E. Because I know you guys out there love your streaming. And Dong Dazzler. Yeah, that's his screen name. I didn't make it up, folks. And what we're going to do is show you how to do a 2PC setup, my method, okay, that made my audio work. Because I'm not going to go over this long, drawn-out story of how the audio doesn't work or didn't work, and now it does, and how... I'm just going to show you how I hooked it up and how I came up with the solution for the audio problem that works for me. This may not work for you. Hopefully it does. It's really quite simple, and it takes one extra piece of equipment, which is a 3.5 Y splitter for your audio port, one male, two female Y splitter, okay? Now what we're going to do is use the power of paint. Yes, indeed. Kindergarten style, everybody. And what I'm going to do is actually draw the streaming PC very large so everybody sees it quite well. And we're going to draw our gaming PC, and it's even larger because it's in the half 912 case. And then down here, we're just going to represent the desk for representation purposes for monitors and cables and surround sound. All right. And we'll just say down here is going to be the surround sound. Okay. Let's draw a big old kindergarten S. Now, this right here is not going to be the most fancy of videos simply because, yes, I could have taken you on a video tour of the back of my PCs and the bird's nest cable management that I have going on, but I know what each of my cables does. I don't care what you say. It's really not that bad. They're just long cables and I don't have them bunched up. It's really not that bad. Alright, now, understand the main piece of equipment that's going to make this work. Okay, and I'm drawing big old input-outputs right here. The main component to this, and let's go up here. I was watching Buana. AverMedia. And we have the 985, or C985, I'm sorry. C985, let me get it right. Which is AverMedia. Let's go to the game zone, which is this device right here. Now, originally I had it hooked up on a 1PC setup. Okay? After it gets done loading and doing all of its stuff. I don't know why it's not working. Why is it when you make a video, everything wants to break? I'm not even starting over. Screw you, Internet. Let's go back to here. So the C985 Gamer HD. That's what it's called. There it is. See, now it's coming up. I went away and it came back. Alright? That's what I'm using. Okay? Now, on the back of this, it has an HDMI in, HDMI out, audio in, audio out. Okay, as you can see right there, I'm showing you the actual card. Go back over there. Alright? As you can see. HDMI in, out, audio in, out. That's it. Plus the software, which can be obtained through this button right here. I don't need to download it, so we're not going to do that. Alright, let's go back to paint. I took the 985 out of the gaming PC, and let's just draw a big old kindergarten G and a big old kindergarten S. Alright? Streaming PC, gaming PC. On my gaming PC, of course, standard, mouse, keyboard, boom. That goes to the desktop, which is over here. Boom, boom. Let's just say mouse, keyboard. It's kind of like one of those little 8-bit games where you go up and it comes out the other side. Or Scorpion, get over here. Alright, now, here's my GPU output. I'm going to draw really big. I have a display port, HDMI port, DVI, and something else. I don't know what it does. Maybe a SPIF port or something like that. Now, over here, we're going to represent the 985 via a very large block, even though the card's about that long. And that is a jacked up line. But anyway, you'll get the idea. So we have the HDMI, in, out, audio ports, in and out. Okay? See that? Very simple. I wish I could zoom in. Alright? That's the 985. And then, of course, everybody has your standard input-output jacks all over here. Boom, 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 boom. And then you have audio ports, which we're going to represent through this right here. And you have all your little in and outs over here. Alright? Same thing over here. Boom, boom, boom. Audio's in and out and all that over here. Alright? Let's just say this is audio jacks and this is audio jacks. Alright? just for the sake of understanding what I'm doing. Now, on this computer, mouse, keyboard, HDMI out of the GPU. Burp. And we're going to go here to the input of the 985 on the streaming PC. And we'll also go over specs of the streaming PC here later, which don't have to be OP, by the way. Then, from the output jack of the streaming PC, it goes to a monitor, which is here. And I have 3 monitors: gaming monitor, a monitoring monitor, and the streaming monitor. Okay? That's what those are. Okay? We have this one, and I'm going to arc it this way so I can stay out of the way of the audio, going to the gaming monitor, which is this one. This is coming from over here, but it's not hooked to it. Okay? This computer's not hooked to anything except the mouse, keyboard, and that HDMI out to the other computer. What? Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. If you want to add anything else, you can. As a matter of fact, that one other piece of equipment is what we're going to add to the audio port right here after I finish the configuration. Now, from there, actually right now it's next. From there, from the green audio out of the back of the motherboard, this is what I did to fix my solution. Now, I'm not going to go over the big, long, drawn-out stories about how HDMI is not carrying this and it did before on a single PC, blah, 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 blah. No. This is what fixed my particular situation. I came out with a Y splitter that I picked up at Radio Shack for like $8. All right? Let's call this a Y splitter. All right? And I'm going to Y it off just like that. All right? Now, my surround sound is hooked up to one female port. Okay, it's one male in, 2 female out. And then I have the actual audio jack hooked up to the surround sound. That way my gaming computer can pick up sound. You can also hook up a headset through this, whatever you want. Now understand, your front jacks are not going to work with this unless you have a mixer or a virtual cable or something like that. Yeah, you can get all those fancy programs. We're not going to worry about that right now. All we're worried about is making this audio work, because that's the problem everybody runs into whenever they're streaming on a 2-PC setup. All right? Man, I don't know if I clarified that in the beginning. We'll go over the story after I finish this. But here's how I did mine. So now I have the output from my main PC, the gaming rig. Going to Y-split off into the input jack of the AverMedia. Okay, simple enough. Should get sound, HDMI should carry it, but somewhere in the mix, there's a roadblock that's not carrying it. Alright, it worked before, but it doesn't now. How do we fix this? Well, after watching hours upon hours of videos of how people fixed it, and downloads, and cables, and programs, and I feel like I should deserve some type of honorary degree from MIT after this. Here's what I did. As stupid as this sounds, this worked for me. I came out of my PC into the input jack. Then from the output jack of the AverMedia, I went to the green output jack of the motherboard, boom, of the streaming PC. Craftchest, what the fuck? That ain't gonna work. What are you doing, man? That's stupid. Yes, it did. Here's how I did it. After looking over all my specs, and let's bring this little picture up here. All right, playback devices, because everybody was all about, you got to do this and that and the other, and speakers and listen tos and download this program to do. No. I noticed after I did that as you can see, there's no activity going on whatsoever over here, simply because there's nothing going on the gaming computer except for what you're seeing on the screen right now of looking at it. It's not playing any sounds, no videos, no audio. It's just sitting here doing what I want it to do. But I noticed after I hooked that output into output, as stupid as that may sound, and it may have been just dumb luck, but I figured I would give it a shot, because I'm that type of person. I noticed after I did that on the streaming PC, now understand, let me bring paint back up here. This, alright, what we're looking at was on the streaming PC, not the gaming PC. Alright, so let's just act like this was on the streaming PC. That's what we're looking at. We're going to virtually imagine that this is the streaming PC. Because I'm not going to splice videos and transfer over, and no. This is raw, doing it live. I noticed that down here on the streaming PC, after I did that, I started getting green activity. You know, the little bubbles that you get, and they pop up and down and tell you, you know, hey, there's something going on here, but you're not using it. And this activity, well, I remember watching on a video where they kept on saying for your recording devices, microphones, and all that, which on the other computer up here it says snowball. That's that word every time I... Alright. You have to actually use that for your recording device. But I noticed something else. This was getting activity, and I was like, well, if I could listen to the microphone and I can listen to other things, and I'm getting my speakers, this icon right here is actually what's hooked into the streaming PC. Alright. Via this cable, boom, right here. This is going to the AverMedia. I thought to myself, well, I should be able to actually listen to anything. So, on the stereo mix, I right-clicked and hit Properties. And I was like, listen. I was like, let me see what my drop-down says. And lo and behold, there was the option for XSplit Stream Audio Renderer. Well, worth a shot. It's not going to hurt. It ain't working anyway. So I clicked it. Boom. Apply OK. Boom, boom, boom. We're not going to do it over here because I don't want to feedback and all that, and it'll cause problems because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what happened the first time. And then I hit OK again. Well, then I did a test, which I'll show you right here. And let's go up here. And we're going to actually go into the network and look at the 2 Wicked 3 videos. And these were all the tests I did. Not work, not work, not work, not work, work, work. Well, oh, all of a sudden it's going to work. Alright, and I'm going to put the volume really low.
I'm doing a test right here to make sure that this is going.
Alright, as you can see, right there, it worked. Alright? And that's what it did. GG. We're done, right? Well, not quite, because the last thing, after all this was said and done, it's actually quite simple. If you look at this right here, it's really quite simple. HDMI out, boom. Audio split, audio out to the out on the green port. Alright? Here's the other problem that I ran into. My little issue was, whenever you're listening to that device, it don't care. Does not care. Let me see. Maybe I have to do this. I don't know. Well, it doesn't give the... Why is it not giving that option? It should. I don't know. On the mixer, I don't know why Google's not showing them. Maybe because I'm not listening to anything. But I noticed on PoE and on Google that I had to turn them all the way down to about 50%. Boom. Your system sounds fine. Alright, that does nothing. Okay, you can turn that to 0, up, down, whatever. But the actual game that you're playing and your Google that you're playing, and the settings will save. It'll remember them. Had to be down about 50%. Now, you could be a little louder if you want. It just depends on your audience of your crowd. And I don't like to blare to anybody. I was like, oh my God, what are you playing? Why? So I just jacked it to 50%. Alright. And that's what fixed my little, as you can hear. Alright, go up. And there's a difference. Alright, now it's going to do that, you know, the system sound. Or you could just take all your speakers down to 50% and be done with it. Alright, but I like mine to be customized for each application. There you go. And that was it. After that, I did a couple of tests, which I think I actually ought to show you the final test. Oh, right, actually, I'm going to tell you what. Here's the final test. Better than that. Let's see. Let's go to Video Manager, and we'll actually listen to one of the broadcasts. The last broadcast that I did, this was after all was said and done. This was just a couple hours ago. And we'll turn this down. I want to blare it. But this is the actual video from the audio settings. Let me go up here. I don't have any music playing, but I do have game sound playing. Alright. And this is at 29.97 frames, by the way, on Xsplit. Okay, actual Xsplit. You can run whatever you want, AverMedia and all this good stuff. But for trial purposes on Xsplit, to get jitteriness out of it, especially if you're running at high, megabits, which I run mine between 750 and 3000 on the stream, I noticed that dropping it down to 29.97 got rid of that jitteriness. Alright, so you guys get the idea. Alright, so let's go back to the camera. In conclusion, as you can see, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Mine was an $8 solution. I do, however, what I was going to say before, have another Y splitter. I actually ordered a pair off Amazon. They were like $6 for 2 of them. I was like, what the hell ever, let's get them. I do have another one that I am going to hook up from the output jack that I currently have the AverMedia going into to an output jack, just so I can have sound on the streaming PC if I ever just want to not stream and watch, because I like to watch streams on separate computers and listen to a stream over there rather than having to take the plug off the surround sound and hook it up to this one and that and the other. Just Y split it and be done with it. Have it on its own speakers. Now, I could very well use TV speakers or monitor speakers, but I kind of prefer the external speakers now that the levels are correct. And I hope that this video helps you out. And we'll go back up here so you can see the diagram one more time. And by the way, like I said before, your computer does not have to be OP. As you can see, this computer is running an A6 processor. It's an APU from AMD. I've always wanted to try one. I've always wanted to build a rig with this, and we will be doing an upgrade to this APU to the 12 core, which I think is like a 7450 or something like that. APU here in the next 2 weeks. Or actually next 3 weeks, we'll be upgrading the processor. RAM is good for now. I'm going to leave it at single channel 16 gig. The built-in graphics is not really utilized for this because it's all based on CPU usage. And the AverMedia 985 or C985, I have the C in the wrong spot, forgive me. The Gamer HD is actually what carries the load. Alright, so that's why you don't have to have an overpowered rig. When I first looked at Buana's streaming PC and I saw that piece of shit graphics card that he had, I was like, how does that even play video? Like YouTube, because it's like one of those old school with the little bitty fan on it, you know the ones I'm talking about. Yeah, that's funny. And of course everybody knows the specifications on the 2 Wicked 2 computer. If you watched any of my videos in the past, back whenever I won this computer from Newegg, y'all know all that. And if not, you need to go back and find it, because that was an awesome day whenever I found out that I won that computer. And Paul from Paul's Hardware actually built this computer. And we've done the tours and we've done the specs numerous times. It's got, and I'll go over it briefly. Gigabyte motherboard, the i5 processor, the Gigabyte 6850 graphics card, a 500 hybrid main drive, a 650, I think, on backup drive, and 2 solid-state 128s for gaming. And one of them's currently not hooked up. I don't think I have that hooked up. But yeah, I only have one of them hooked up right now. Or actually 111 after it's all said and done, I guess. But 2 of these, one of them's unplugged because I don't have the need for it. I still have 31 gigs on this one, and this one's got how many games on it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got like 5 games loaded on it. There's another one somewhere in there. What was I playing? Anyway, I digress. And I know you didn't see any of that because I didn't change screens. But you get the idea. Alright, so I hope that this helps everybody out there understand how to 2 PC setup. Look at it one more time. Isn't that pretty? You know, the power of 1-bit technology. Oh, yeah. Remember, everybody, no matter what you do out there, no matter what game you play, it is a craft of the mind. Go out there and have some fun. We'll see you next time. Hopefully in stream. 12 Power Gaming on Twitch.